Welcome everyone again. Welcome everybody who was here yesterday, and welcome to all the new faces here. Welcome to everybody who's following the live stream. I will encourage you to use the hashtag Sedex17 if you want to take part in the conversation. And at Sedex, they take the theme of continuous improvement in practice very literally. So apparently we've got a second day now to improve our practices, so we really kind of need to up our game here. And I heard Jonathan threaten us that if we don't get it right today, we might get a third day. So please, for my sake, I have a plane back to Copenhagen to catch. I don't know about you, but those of you who were here yesterday, the first thing that was on my little four eyes when I woke up this morning was an ass. And I'm of course talking about the ass that Gillespie had in his presentation. And his point, of course, was that we really need to get our heads out of our own asses and move from incremental changes to transformational changes. So I think that was a very good point from Ed there. And for those of you who joined the VIP dinner and were lucky to hear one of the grand old women in sustainability, Sally Uren, the CEO of Forum for the Future, she also talked about how we need to kind of widen our perspective. And she said we need to kind of move away from just, doing less bad, from lessening impacts, to embracing what she called net positive. So the fact that we give more back than we take. I can't help to stay with the kind of underneath the belt analogies. So I kind of see it almost like the third blossom of sustainability. But I think it's good that something great and beautiful can come out of our work, right? And I have an advertising background, so sorry for kind of being stuck in that advertising habit of always repeating my own messages. In advertising, it seems like we just love to repeat the messages until people either turn off the television or turn off the live stream. And that's going to happen a little bit today again, and especially because there are quite a lot of new faces. Maybe just hands up who was not here yesterday, just to kind of get a small indication. Yeah, quite a few new faces. Good. So my name is Thomas Kolster. I'm the author of Goodvertising. I'm also the CEO of the Goodvertising agency. And we are a kind of boutique sustainability agency based in Copenhagen, so that explains the dialect, but we work with clients globally. And I remember when I started the early research on my book, Goodvertising, and I talked about the topic to a dear colleague of mine. And the first thing he said, what makes you qualified to write a book? And I thought about it and I said, because I will. I think it's an important point sometimes that a lot of people are going to challenge the work that we're doing, but I think it's important that actions speak louder than words all the time. So some of you who were here yesterday might remember that I introduced a little magic word, and I think it's an important word. It's called I will. And I want you to, after every session that we have, use this little magic word and think about what can you take home from this session? How can you translate that knowledge into action using that little I will word? So write a little sentence down like, I will embrace technology, I will educate my stakeholders in supply chains. So write that little sentence down. I know yesterday I threatened about jumping down from stage and hearing one of your I will sentences, and this might actually happen today. So please do be prepared for that. A bit of housekeeping today. I don't know how many of you are above 30, quite a few of you, right? So I think it's about time that we kind of go through the little app thing. Have all of you downloaded the app? I know there was issues about it yesterday. I hope the Wi-Fi has been fixed. Else it will work in some of the other sessions. Also want to thank the sponsors. Of course, without the sponsors, this wouldn't be possible at all. Also want to thank the media partners and the exhibitors. Please take time in the coffee breaks up in the Pickwick Suite to have a look at some of the exhibitions up there. And we've got an exciting day coming up. Just next up is a keynote from Roger Flynn. And then we're going to wrap up the day. No, I'm going to talk a little bit about the sponsored breakout sessions. In the middle of the day, we're going to have 2 exciting sponsored breakout sessions sponsored by Sci Global and Lloyd's Register. So please do make your way to one of those 2 sessions. And then I want to introduce something new in a Sedex context, which is the Sedex Awards. So kind of awarding all the good stuff that the Sedex members are doing. And a lot of these, so these are the shortlists up there in the 3 categories. And you can take a much better look at them again up where we have the coffee. So do take the time to have a look at some of these shortlists. It is kind of the Golden Globe of supply chains, I guess. I'm not sure that there will be a statuette, and how would that statuette anyway look? Should it be gold, black, silver? Can't come in shape really, so I guess just to be fair, I don't know how it will look, but do make it up there anyway. Some of the key observations from yesterday, just to do a bit of a sum up from yesterday. I think one thing that kind of stuck was that, in a way, everything is uncertain, and that is the certainty of that, and that's the easiest sum up ever, I guess. But one of the things that also stuck was technology and data, and I think embracing technology today is just a hygiene factor. Embracing data today is a hygiene factor. So the success really depends on how good you are at embracing that. And I think collaboration was one of the other themes that came up. I know that's been mentioned last year as well. So I want to advise anybody who's kind of engaged in the SDG bingo, kind of picking what SDGs match my business, do have a look at number 17, collaboration, because I do think that that can really push your business much further. And remember another thing, whatever you do, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. I think we're talking about these supply chains as being super complicated. It's so difficult to engage people around supply chains. So always keep it simple. It's almost like supply chains can be like Rubik cubes. They seem unsolvable, but your job is really just to make it look very, very simple, okay?